Hey everybody. So I have another stream of conscious thing. I know I said I wanted to move away from it, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. So after I made my last video talking about how Layla and I had done a lot of bloodline clearing and how I was feeling really sad and whatever, realizing I was coming up on my 4 years of really starting this whole journey and understanding that I was about to emerge onto a big rebirth. Well, the next night and over the past few days, events have happened that have really shown me I am shutting the door. I have shut the door on my past life. You know, so almost a month ago I deleted my Facebook, and that has been a very freeing experience. I still find myself longing for Jeannie, hoping that we can somehow find our way back to each other and reconcile and fix things. But I'm also torn because I have this life. Wow, there's a bee. A bee. Yeah, it's interesting that the bee shows up. The bee is one of my totems. I forget right off the top of my head what it means, but I'm sure when I look back on this video, because I'm just setting markers for myself, I'm sure I'll see what the bee means. Because he almost came up and kissed me. He was like, you know, anyways. So, where was I? So last Friday was, the last day of Layla's first week of school. And so I decided, because previous to that, I mean, the carnival was coming for Labor Day weekend. And I made the video on, I think, Thursday, and then this was Friday. So we had a carnival coming to town, and I decided all of a sudden I was going to go. And like the church experience, except for this was wrapping up a whole bunch of stuff, this was the best time. And you know, I honestly can't even really say it was the worst time, because I'm happy for what came out of it, despite how heartbreaking it was. So during this time at the actual carnival, I was shown by a young girl who brought her cousin, who was only 5, and her cousin suddenly is just overwhelmed, overstimulated, and the girl is only 18 and doesn't know what to do about this. She doesn't understand how to take care of this crying baby. I basically consider her, I mean, at this point, the little girl in my mind was a baby. She's acting like a baby that is overwhelmed, you know, just overstimulated, just not feeling well, or whatever it was. So I kept trying to coax the girl, the 18-year-old, to let me hold the little girl, the baby, I'll just call her the baby, while she went and enjoyed the rides, because she's still a kid too. And she needs to go and enjoy the rides also. But the little baby didn't want to come to me, and the 18-year-old is getting more and more agitated, and she's saying things to the baby like, would you just shut up, and you're just making my life miserable, why are you doing this to me? And in this moment, it is a moment out of time, and I'm stepping back and realizing the sheer frustration that parents in our society go through, because they don't really realize why these children are crying, and they take it personally, and they take it as this child wants to ruin their life or whatever. I know I felt all those feelings about Layla when she was a baby. I vacillated so many days between where she was the greatest thing that ever happened to me and I loved her so much, but I couldn't get over the fact of how much I felt like she ruined my life most of the time. How much I felt like I had no freedom. Couldn't do what I wanted, or, you know, anything. It was just a very dysfunctional thing. And so I got to start to see some of the origins of this. So I'll be following up on that. At any rate, I finally reached a breaking point, and I couldn't tolerate anymore this girl yelling at this baby for no reason, this baby crying, really distressed, the girl can't get a hold of the baby's mom, and I mean, this is just way too much stress for no reason at all. So I just reach out and I grab the little girl. And yeah, I mean, yeah, most people would be like, oh my gosh, you're a kidnapper. Whatever. We were right there. We were there as a group. And I'm the only mom. You know, this has always been the way it is with Layla. I'm the mom, responsible mom, and all the other parents that don't really want to care about their kids kind of shove them off on me. So I end up usually shepherding around a large group of kids when I have the chance for us to be around kids. This case, we just happened to go to the carnival, and these kids were there, and they decided to join us. And I fell into mom role, which is fine with me. I've realized that I actually do like being there. So I reach out and grab this little girl, you know, not grabbing her in a forceful way, but I'm just like, in this moment, this girl really needs some love. So I hold her to me, and within 30 seconds, the girl has calmed down. The 18-year-old is just like, what did you do? I mean, what kind of magic do you have? How are you able to do that? And I finally realized I've learned something over the years. And I thought I was screwing up that entire time being a parent. But in this moment with this girl, and then watching all these other kids, I'm sitting here in my full momness. The full mother essence. And I'm like, you know, I actually did learn something. I am actually beneficial in people's lives. I can calm storms. I can create this beauty when other people see nothing but frustration and irritation. I'm pretty damn awesome. I mean, and it was a feeling that didn't leave. After a while, the baby's mom came and got her, and I got to spend the rest of the evening with the 18-year-old and her other cousins. By the end of the evening, somehow I was also able to get the 18-year-old to realize how she had been doffing her responsibility as the oldest. She brought all of these kids with her. Well, I think there was 3 others now. She had brought them with her, and she should have been directly responsible for them instead of letting them run amok. And my phone got overheated or whatever. So I'm going to cut this off right here. I've really lost my train of thought and see where I was heading toward. So bye, I'll talk to you in a bit.